Before you listen, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Now, have you ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite iconic roles? Let's explore a story of two talented actresses, Parker Posey and Lisa Kudrow, who started together in an indie film and then carved out their own remarkable paths. And their journey began during the filming of Clock Watchers in 1997, where they played temp workers stuck in mundane office routines. Uh, Posey was establishing herself as a rising star in indie films, while Kudrow was already a household name thanks to her role as Phoebe on Friends. Uh, Little did they know, this meeting marked the start of a lifelong friendship. Fast forward years later, each actress made significant marks on television. Posey brought charm to Will and Grace, while Kudrow wowed viewers in The Comeback. Recently, Posey appeared as a wealthy matriarch in The White Lotus, and Kudrow delivered a heartfelt performance portraying a grieving mother in No Good Deed. Their careers may have taken different directions, but their friendship remains strong. They shared stories about Nora Ephron, the legendary writer and director who worked with Kudrow on movies like Hanging Up and Lucky. Ephron's influence and her love for good food created a warm, creative environment that Kudrow cherishes. She recalls Nora's note, "Just be funny," which somehow captured the essence of comedy so perfectly. Kudrow's imagination led to The Comeback, a show inspired by reality TV's absurdities before shows like Real Housewives or Survivor dominated. She was amused yet disturbed watching contestants suffer on camera. Her take, what if an actress faced humiliation instead of a regular person, making the comedy both relatable and painfully real? It was her way of safely exploring vulnerability. Posey adds that working on multi-camera sitcoms was like a dance, precise, athletic, and often unpredictable. Kudrow admits that portraying Phoebe was a challenge, trying to be authentic while being so different from herself. There was a constant effort to stay in character, a balancing act that sometimes made her wonder if she was truly playing the role or just going through the motions, which is very richer. And that their stories also touched on the art of acting, trusting your co-star, embracing unplanned moments, and the importance of genuine connection. Kudrow laughs about how she didn't always understand why her jokes worked, and they worked loved the spontaneity of the process. Posey compares it to being a puppet, moved by unseen forces, which keeps performances fresh and surprising. They discussed the reality of portraying complex characters like Kudrow's role as Lydia, whose marriage and grief reveal the subtle power of unspoken truths. And Kudrow explained that her character's background was inspired by her own Southern roots, family stories, Gothic literature, and a grandmother who mimicked movie stars, all shaping her understanding of layer characters. Mobile itself, when asked about working with visionary creator Mike White, Kudrow's admiration was clear appropriate. She praised his talent and humor, recalling how she reached out after enjoying Brad's status. Posey joked that White seems to get around perhaps a little too much, having appeared in multiple shows and even competing on Survivor twice. Their experiences reveal that acting is a blend of trust, intuition, and often a touch of chaos. Um, Kudrow prefers avoiding dark roles, but admits some scenes, like an explosion, are just part of the craft. Posey, empathizing deeply with their characters, finds fulfillment in exploring emotional depths, often feeling like they're uncovering hidden truths during shooting. Standing back, both actresses recognize the importance of storytelling without judgment. Kudrow reflects on how her characters, shaped by their families and societal roles, struggle with authenticity, an intrinsic challenge for women in her stories. She emphasizes that every family has its own culture, and good writing helps us see beyond surface judgments. Their talk also touched on their shared experiences with the quirks of film production, the secrets, the quiet moments, and the unpredictability of working with visionary directors like Jill Spreck-Forces or Mike White are 8-to-Forces. Kudrow fondly recalls how some cast members, nervous at first, quickly adapted, turning every scene into a dance of trust and discovery. And then in the end, they joked about their own resilience. Before a scene where Kudrow's character's head explodes, she quipped about avoiding overly dark roles, since they tend to be emotionally draining. Posey, compassionate, always compassionate, expressed her empathy for mothers, which she often channels into her work. As we wrap up, remember to subscribe and like if you enjoyed this inside look. Acting often feels like a giant puzzle, like trying to solve how Lydia managed to keep a straight face during a lights out scene when really she just wanted to hide her own secrets. And it's all part of the fun, isn't it? With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.